The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Cycle. Ready.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Niner defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
A short throw to Musgrave, and he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. The Packers at 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Working out of the gun, Love. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's got room. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Here's Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers working up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
Love now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the 49ers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
He finds his man complete. That's Reed. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fights off the defender. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Purdy off the play fake. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
On the ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Ready.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally, I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Back to throw, Purdy. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. Breaks a tackle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Ricky Pearsall from 13 yards out. And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. 2nd down and 6 now. Love. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. He may go. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now Moody for the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Niners 28, Packers nothing.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. sheds off the tackle. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
To throw now. Here's Love. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Final play of the half, Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect.
You had all old linemen in there, Ed. You had two fast people in there, Ed, just there.
You look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Purdy. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Let's go now.
Play action. Now Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Ricky Pearsall with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it is 42-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Here we go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. In motion comes the tight end left. Love from the gun on third down. And complete once again to Watson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Purdy looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Purdy from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now with Purdy. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Love from the gun. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guy stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Here we go.
To the air again, Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Yetur Gross-Matos. 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Down to the 10, and across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, some strong running. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
On the set.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Here we go, set.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Love now. A short throw to Musgrave. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Down.
Here's Love. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Come on, set.
Now Love. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Love looking to throw it. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Let's go now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we... And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them.
And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Powerful running. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Here's Purdy. There goes a deep ball. End zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And that is no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Claws red.
Working out of the gun. Love. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Here we go. Set. Set. Go.
Love. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.